Hello and welcome to yet another YouTube video here on this channel. We are back inside of Anytype, and that's because Anytype videos seems to be the thing people want to see, and we are inside of my YouTube test space. And if you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing on this channel. I talk about different note-taking apps and productivity apps, as well as general productivity and mindful productivity and mental health. Anyways, in today's video, we are going to go over how to create this all tasks database and how we can link these databases into our different dashboards. So the way I like to work inside of Anytype, and I did with Notion as well, was to create myself a lot of different dashboards. So one for my personal life, one for my clothing brand, one for my social media. And I won't do the social media one today because I'm planning another video for that one. Because that is a little bit more complex and it works a little bit like a project dashboard. So if you're interested in seeing that, please do comment down below. But anyways, we are going to start off with this all task database. So the thing I have done here is that I have created this with three different views. So I made a today view, a Kanban view, and a calendar view. And it is quite easy to do. You press the plus and you create the view you want and choose the layout you want. So it is quite simple to actually do this. And this will show me all of my different tasks across all of my different projects. The relations I have is a done relation, as well as a tag, related area or project, due date, as well as status. This tag is what we are going to use to later create different views inside of different spaces or pages. So this, I need to add social media into here as well because I'm going to create myself a social media page. Later we will change the color and I will try to delete this, but it doesn't seem to want to be deleted. And that's okay, that isn't a problem. And this will be how your all database, all tasks database looks. I will show you the different filters we have inside of here as well. So this has due date is today, and another one I want to add is done is not checked. And here it pops back up, and you want to have this inside of all of your different views, excluding the all view, because you want the all view to show everything. At least in my case, I want my all view to show everything. We will add this one here as well, is unchecked. And you could have it like this, where you have an all view that shows both done and not done tasks, or you could create a view called done. This is personal preference. You could add a filter, which is that done is this time checked, and these two should disappear. And once I have done this, you can see that it is gone from here, or it should be in here because I need to check off this actually. Once this is checked off, it disappears from here and goes into the done. So that's basically how you set up the different views. I have the calendar here I have is within current week because I want a weekly view on my calendar, as well as done is not checked. The Kanban is grouped by it is grouped by the status property, I think. Did I call it status? Let's take a look. It is grouped by status. It has to be. Here we go. It is grouped by status, as you can see here. So you can easily change that by going into edit view edit view and then layout and then group by status. So that's how I do it. You could add page limits and so on. There are incredible amounts of possibilities inside of this app. One more thing I forgot to touch on. One last thing I forgot to touch on. I will just go into my all in my personal. As you can see, I have a related area or project. This is mainly because of this view here, or the graph view, because I can see how different things are connected together. I want to know which part of my life the different tasks are connected to. So that's another thing I have inside of here. I forgot to touch on it. And then we can create ourselves what I call dashboard views of our tasks, and it is actually quite simple. We will create the inline set, and here we will use the all tasks database, and as you can see I get all of these views. What I will do here is actually that I will delete all of these views, or I actually don't need to delete it in this. I will just add another filter, which is a lot simpler. We will add the tag filter and has any of add, and this would be personal. And I would just go on and add the same filter to every one of these. Has any of, I will show you how it works with deleting views in inline databases later. But as of right now, I will just add the tag to all of these. So you just do that. You just add the personal tag. That's the reasoning behind the tags. That's why we have tags inside of here. And here we go. Now this is created and this will be our personal view. So if I want to take a look at my personal things, I could do it here. As you can see, I have not added the filters in all and done, but you can just do that. It makes your life a little bit easier. So this would show me all of the things I have to do in my personal life. Another thing I like to have is actually to have the same database, which is a set, and have it on top of here. And here I will actually delete my different views and create a whole new one. And we are just going to delete all of these. And the thing I want inside of here is actually a today view. And as you can see, when I delete the views here, it doesn't delete them in the all tasks database or in my database here in my clothing brand. So here I want to add a due date, which filter that shows me due date is today, because every morning when I wake up I often tend to check Anytype to see what I have to do, and then you could have all of your daily tasks inside of your homepage, so they are easy to see and check off from there. And we can call this today view. And I like to have a tomorrow view as well. I am personally not actually using Anytype to manage my tasks. I do it with pen and paper because that's what works for me. But sometimes I actually have tasks inside of here. But basically, I don't use tasks inside of Anytype. But I had this huge tasks database when I first started. Here we will add change the filter. Due date is tomorrow. And you could have a today view and a tomorrow view, because I want to see the things I have to do today, and I want to plan out my day for tomorrow as well. And I like to have this at the top. one other thing you could do if you wanted to is to create another inline set and create a calendar next to this. But I'm not going to do that now. And we have one in my personal, and then we have my clothing brand. So I've done the same here as I did in personal. I have just changed these, and I will add another done is unchecked. Done is unchecked is probably right. And you would add this across all of the different ones. One thing I wanted to mention is that I don't want the things I've done to be removed from this view. And that is simply because I like seeing what I have accomplished in a day. I find that quite fun, and it really helps me to stay motivated. So when I look at my all tasks database, I want, in my homepage, I want to see the things I have already done so I can get some more energy and motivation to finish the rest of my tasks. So that is basically how I set up my tasks. I create different simple views inside of my different dashboards, as well as a simple view inside of my homepage as well. Another thing you can do, which I have done and I am going to show you when I jump into my personal, is to create an inbox for tasks. This is for quick capturing. If you ever wanted to quick capture things, you don't have the time to go into your tasks and start writing. You could actually quick capture inside of here. So the way I've done this is just to add the tag is empty and done is not checked. So once I change the tag, it will be moved into my all tasks dashboard. So that's basically how I set up my different tasks inside of Anytype. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below if you want a more in-depth view. So you could do this um, this tasks thing a lot more difficult. You could add more complexity to it, but I don't want my systems to be too complex because then they will be too hard to maintain and I will end up actually not doing anything other than trying to maintain my system. But if you want me to, I can create a more in-depth version of this. And if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe. There are a lot more Anytypes of videos coming, as well as some different apps and some other good ideas I have. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and I hope to see you again quite soon.